Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I changed my hair from buns to like this giant hair tie. So basically I just braided my hair, like these parts here, into two sections, very long braids, comes down, I don't know, they're about 20 inches long or whatever. And then I just tied it up in a knot and then tied it up in another knot. So that's what's going on here. Very lazy girl hair. Today I wanted to talk about the random jobs that I've done as a model that are not typical modeling jobs. Okay? So the first one I did was a body paint. I got body painted as a zebra, but then I was also go-go dancing in a cage for 6 hours. And I'm not sure if I found this job on Model Mayhem or Craigslist at the time. Craigslist used to have a lot of like genuine gems, like 10 years ago. But like when I first started modeling, it was about 9 years ago. So yeah, basically this college kid was throwing a party in DC, and he hired models to get body painted and dance. So I was paid for my time of body painting, and me and this other model. So I was a zebra, and I forgot what animal she was. And he hired a professional, like special effects, body paint, makeup artist from Hollywood to come all the way out to DC and paint us. It took 3 hours per model because I was covered completely head to toe as a zebra. If I could find pictures that I posted on Facebook years ago and insert it into this video, then I will. If not, I might just put it in the thumbnail. So yeah, it took about 3 hours for us to get body painted, and then I think my sister dropped me off, or maybe like I asked somebody to take a picture of me on like a smartphone. Smartphones back then weren't all that great for taking pictures, but yeah, I got painted as like a zebra. I had flowers in my hair and stuff. It was really nice. It was pretty. I enjoyed it. And then later on, I was like when the party actually started, I was like dancing in a cage for like 6 hours. The party went on longer than that, but the guy that ran it was just like, hey, you guys are already here for 6 hours. Thank you guys so much for making my party awesome. And he paid us, and he gave us like a tip for just like being there. Like, he was really nice. So yeah, the only problem that I had with that party in particular is that some of the girls would just like look at us and be like, ew, they're naked, ew, they're such dirty little whores, just look at them, ew, look at them dancing in a cage, like, ugh, that's such trash, that's so trifling. Like, little girl, I wouldn't say little girls, but you know, like, we were in a cage and we were elevated, so like the party was on the ground, and then we were like, and I don't even know how to describe it, but we were elevated in like these cages and like dancing, and like I had water breaks, I had bathroom breaks, I had breaks where I can go and get snacks or whatever. Like, food was provided for us and snacks and everything. So like nobody had anything against us taking breaks or whatever. So yeah, and I'm just kind of just thinking like, wow, I did a lot of weird jobs as a model that had absolutely nothing to do with modeling. What the hell? So my second job was like, there's one time I got hired to work DC Pride Parade. And I was in the parade in DC compared to parade in Chicago is very short. Like, it only lasted like an hour, versus in Chicago, Pride Parade is like an all-day thing, and then after the parade is over, there's like lots of parties and stuff going on. But yeah, I was just paid to just walk in the parade and pass out like candies and bracelets and just like promotional stuff for this carpentry business. And that was pretty fun. I found a job on Model Mayhem a few years ago, and that's how I became a photography assistant. That job lasted for about 2 or 3 years. which is weird because like, how was I on the model site to get like a modeling job, and then I ended up becoming a photography assistant? That's kind of weird. Whatever. That's like after I moved back to Chicago and I ended up taking that job in Skokie. Kind of strange. I got hired this one time by a photographer who had his work showcased in a huge art show in Virginia, I believe. I think it was called Artomatic or Artscape or whatever. And they do it every year in some corporate building, and it goes on for weeks, I think months. And it's like an all-day, everyday thing. And then afterwards, they tore down the building. But I was basically hired on the weekends and some weekdays to just go there and pass out business cards for this photographer to the patrons there, the artists there, and just say, hey, come check out this guy's work on floor 7 in room B or something like that. And, you know, just do that. And I loved it because it's like I got to go to an art show. I'm an artist. I love art. I got to see so much art. There was like all types of artists there. There was like belly dance performers there for a few nights. There was this girl that was like a professional hula hoop dancer, which I never heard of before. There was like people had paintings, drawings, sculptures, photography work, just all kinds of mediums. People did art installations of text. People did photos. Some of it was political, some of it was like controversial. Some people like kind of use themselves as a work of art to like make a statement, where they would kind of just stand in one spot, or they would just like walk around and like have like different types of shirts or whatever going on, and people would talk to them about that. There was this girl that shaved her whole head, and like she like had some type of art going on with that, and people like kept talking to her about her head and stuff, and like she would tell her story and everything. It was just such a nice, amazing experience. I really loved it. Unfortunately, I did have problems with that photographer because he would do some things that were just, I don't know, just didn't make sense. Like this one time I went there and I stayed until late, and he was supposed to meet me there and take me home afterwards, but then he decided to stay home that day, so I like did not have a ride home, and I didn't have money to pay for a cab, and this is before Uber, and I just wasn't about to take DC Metro at like 11, 12 at night or whatever. And I don't even think DC Metro runs that late. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't been there in years. So I was like venting about it to some of the other artists that were there, and they were just like, hey, you know, I'll give you money for a cab. You can use the wall next to my art to charge your phone, and you can call a cab, you know, get home safe, see you later. And I really appreciate them so much because they didn't have to do that, you know. But I didn't have any other way of getting home. So the guys just kind of like left me high and dry, but like I was still getting paid and stuff. So I got paid every single day that I was there, and I was there for hours, and like this was going on for weekends, so it was a nice little gig. So I ended up making like a few hundred a week just to kind of walk around this huge art show. And like the building was like 10 or 12 stories high, and then each floor like broke off into all these different sections, so it was just very like immersive. And like they had food there, they had drinks there. I don't think I was old enough at the time to legally purchase alcohol, so I don't remember drinking there, because I think this happened when I was like 19, maybe 20, but probably when I was 19. But yeah, that was really fun. So yeah. And then I got into my current job that I do now, which is a brand ambassador / promo model. So basically, like, if you go into Costco and there's like a person like offering you free samples, or if you go into Benny's and there's someone offering you free drinks, like I've done jobs like that. And then I've also done jobs where I would just go to trade shows, or I would go to events and people would just pay me to like pass out flyers or ask people to sign surveys or whatever, just kind of walk around the city doing stuff to promote whatever company that I'm working for. Or like during the summer when outside was open, like I would go to different festivals and they would set up a booth, or they would set up a table or a tent or whatever, and I would just be there and like passing out free samples like bracelets or t-shirts or whatever promotional items that they have. Or my job would just be there to like look cute and like direct people over to their table. Or like I would just walk around like a festival or a convention or whatever, and I would have a t-shirt or a name tag or whatever, and I would have business cards, flyers, or whatever they give me, and I would just say, hey guys, go check out this thing over there, and like direct people towards that table. And I've been doing this job for about 5 or 6 years, and I currently work for a company that sends me to Whole Foods, and like it's cool, you know, it's a pretty consistent gig.